Hello everybody and welcome to Blue Shell Disaster, the only show on the internet where we talk about everything and anything except for Mario Kart, as the Blue Shell is just too freaking dramatic. I'm your host, a guy who cares way too much about the console wars, and I am being joined today by a co-host, for once, the lovely, the only, the Mr. Bonkatomicscout. Hello sir, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good considering that I'm a PC Master Race guy, so this is gonna be fun to talk about.
Today we have a fun video, well, podcasting for you on Blue Shell Disaster. Today we're going to be debating console versus PC, the old console master race versus the PC loser race, if I do say so myself. I'll be on console, he'll be on PC. Without further ado, here's the intro and we'll get started with everything. Okay, so now that we're back from that amazing intro, if I do say so myself, I'm going to explain to you how this debate is going to work. Each person will have 2 minutes to talk to you, discuss to you, explain to you why their side is better. Then we will have a minute of rebuttal time to each other. At the end, we will leave it up to you. Alright, so since Laz is the guest on the channel, I'm going to set up an alarm for 2 minutes, and he can go ahead and start talking to you. By the way, he is on PC, just if that was not clear, and I am on console. So I'm going to take that off, going to set it for 2 minutes, turn my volume straight up so you'll be able to hear it, and Laz, whenever you're ready to start, I'll start the timer. Just let me know.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, start.
Timer has started.
So I am a obvious PC Master Race guy, and that's for multiple runs of reasons. But something you might not know, I actually used to be a console gamer. Yes, that's right. I used to game on console. Console of choice back then was an Xbox 360, which was not the red-ringed version. It was the black version that actually got fixed with the cooling and stuff. So, anyways, get back to the point. Why I think PC's better? Well, it's about mainly two reasons. One is versatility, because PCs are incredibly versatile, and this is the second reason I love PC the most is you can customize them. The possibilities are endless. For example, you cannot customize the PS4's processor. That wouldn't happen in a million years. With the PC, you can slam the newest i9 in there, or even an AMD Ryzen 7, and have it run beautifully. Or if you wanted to go to budget build, if you don't want to shell out all your money to something, let's say like an Xbox One X for $1,000, for still that much. But if you didn't want to shell out your money that much, then you could build a budget build and just set the graphic stylings back a bit, which you can't do in console, I might add. Thank you. Plus, for the versatility, we can edit this whole thing on a PC right now. You can't edit videos on a console, and you can't photo edit on a console either. And yes, there are web browsers in consoles, but they're kind of watered down, to be honest. And sometimes, even in the 3DS, for example, they're incredibly insecure. Not to mention, PCs are more international, because with the whole advent of PCs being universal, the parts are universal. There's no different region stuff. With consoles, there are region things because of, well, region locks and other things.
10 seconds
but
remaining.
Alright, 10 seconds? Okay, well, in conclusion, PCs are just more versatile, and they will last you more money, and they cost less, usually, to build in the long run. Austin, you now have the floor.
1 second remaining. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm starting out now. Like Laz before, I am a console gamer. I mostly do play my games on console, but I'm also part of the PC Master Race. I enjoy gaming on my PC. However, the console is much, much, much better for these reasons. One, you're spending a lot less than you would on a great gaming PC. You're spending a lot less on that to get a very good console, which, like the Xbox One, which can play all modern games 30 FPS with 1080p no problem. Even though some games will play 720p. Consoles have backwards compatibility, which computers don't really have. With consoles, you get great exclusives, such as on PlayStation, you get the Uncharted series, you get God of War. Does PC have that? No. Plus, a controller is way more comfortable to use than a keyboard and a mouse. Just so much easier. You can set it up in your house, and you can watch TV on them, you can stream media, and you play games. That's what they're there for. Plus, consoles are also portable. Yes, the Switch is an actual home console, so it is portable as well. So you can get the Switch and do gaming on the go. So yeah, something you can't do with a PC unless it's a laptop, and laptops tend to be pretty bogged down. What else? Generally, controllers, like I said, are more comfortable than the controllers because they spend a lot of time working on ergonomics, whatever. And consoles are essentially just slower down PCs with a much, much nicer interface and a much nicer brand to them. PlayStation for life, Xbox for life, Switch, Nintendo, all that. I have 10 seconds left. I don't know how to convince you anymore, except what do they have? Disc trays. Most PCs today do not have them. Boom. Download from a disc rather than the internet if your internet is bad. How much time do I have? 3 seconds left exactly. 1 second and I am done. So that was my argument. Now I'm setting the timer for 1 minute and we will have exactly 1 minute to rebuttal with each other. Starting with you, Laz.
Alright, we could start in 3, 2, 1. I'm on the clock. So, you said that most PCs don't have disc trays, yeah?
That is correct.
Well, see, here's the thing. With a PC, you have the option to not have a disc tray or to get one, depending on your preference. You can buy one for extremely cheap. I've gotten one for $10 personally, and it fits just fine. It writes at a perfect speed. Also, you said that the consoles, at least the Xbox One X, or the Xbox One, just to be generic, you said that it plays 1080p at 30 frames per second. Well, most gaming PCs, like my gaming PC I built back in 2016, which is nowhere near as good as my current one with a Ryzen in it, it could run 1080p, 60 frames, even more constantly on even games like on The Witcher 2. That's pretty demanding even for its time. And also they are much cheaper when you think about it, because if you just spend a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of time learning how to build a PC, it can save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars, possibly even thousands if you go overkill. And it can last you for like maybe 5 console generations at least.
Your turn is up. 1 minute on the clock for me. Okay, so you said that PCs are customizable. Well, so too are consoles with the addition of skins, which are third-party things. You can customize the look of them and everything like that. Plus, consoles can play at 4K nowadays. And with graphics, again, the way they are, essentially when you buy a console, you are buying a budgeted down PC that works with a better interface and actually plays games better. There are many times where you'll run into problems where on PC games will not, they'll not load correctly or missing textures. On Xbox, you do not get that. On PlayStation, you do not get that. Is there anything else you really need to say? Plus, in Minecraft, I'm going to make this case really quickly. In Minecraft, you can actually just join into other people's worlds that are your friends instead of having to buy realms. That's all I got to say, is that final Minecraft topic, which Minecraft's a popular game. Okay, so we both had a minute to rebuttal. Laz, thank you very much for your debate.
Of course.
Personally, I think I'm going to win, but now it's time to leave it to you guys, the channel watchers. Which is better, console or PC? Personally, I don't care. They're both. I mean, I love console. I'll sit down and play console more, and I love PC. Laz, what about you?
I say for the win.
For the win! Alright, well, moving on from that segment, we got one final segment. I mean, not one final segment. We got the next segment, which is talking about YouTube. Both me and Laz have been on YouTube for a few years now, even though this channel is new for me. So, Laz, would you like to comment anything about it?
Well, okay. To put it one way, I've been on YouTube for maybe about... soon it will be about 3 years I've had a YouTube channel, and has it gone anywhere? No, it does not. And I think there's kind of a specific reason why. I think it's because gaming, I'm not saying gaming's dead, but I just don't think that playing video games is really like the way to get popular unless you're not popular already. Now, game reviews are entirely different things. I'm saying playing a game just to play it and recording yourself play it, that's not really, you can't really get popular from that nowadays. But I don't know, rebranding is what a lot of people are doing, and it's not really a sellout or like not really a jumping off the ship and leaving everyone behind. Not really. It's more or less saving something that could be great. And am I saying gaming channels are dead? No, they're certainly not. They're still there and they're still alive and beating. But not nearly as many of them are active, and not many of them have, well, a decent audience.
Personally speaking, as a guy
Austin,
who's
do you have anything to add on to that?
I've rebranded my channel several times. This is actually a separate channel from the one that I've had for years now, which I was on it for years. Didn't get the greatest start out ever. I started with what I could, and I made my way up, eventually getting a decent PC and actually being able to do stuff that didn't just involve a camera pointed at a screen. But eventually, views started slowing down, so I rebranded my channel, got a new intro, new titles, everything, and interest picked back up, and then interest dropped, rebranded again, interest picked back up, and then it dropped, and then it kind of stayed steadily flat. And if you look at that, it's actually, I started my channel during probably, I want to say, the middle height of gaming, before you see the drop down. And then my channel was specifically devoted to gaming for a while, and during that, my channel started to lose stuff. So I'm currently sitting on that channel at like 86, even though I've had it for years. So I decided to rebrand and test out the waters with this. I'd say it's working. I'm enjoying it. Laz is thinking about rebrand his channel, aren't you?
Yeah, mainly doing like things that are more multimedia centered, like vocals, voiceovers, animating, because I'm not really Picasso, but I mean I can draw enough to animate.
Hey, Pablo. Pablo Picasso.
But yeah, I mean I would think that you'd think that nowadays multimedia stuff would be kind of dominating, and it is. Like animation channels are getting up there. Like for example, it's Alex Clark. Like I've seen him starting to get more popular nowadays. He was already popular, but I don't know. I just hear more people talk about him. I've seen him in not commercial, not ads or anything, but I've seen him in videos that are kind of, I don't know how to describe it. They're not educational, but they're like, it's like a documentary style thing where, like, for example, I saw one today of him not hiring, but like using like teaching a voice actor and stuff like that, and him using one after she was taught by experts, and it was really cool because like he was so friendly, and considering that he helped this voice actor, like, I don't know, give a good voice. Like she was a complete amateur when doing it, but she was really good at the same time, and that's what I kind of want to do in a sense, which is rebranding my channel to do something, I don't know, more amateur like, yes, but I don't know, it would be a better profession.
Okay, so let's actually talk about how we started our channels, as both me and you have pretty different scenario for starting our channels. Laz was definitely more in the know-how of YouTube works when he started his, so go ahead and explain how you started your channel, and maybe it'll help other people who want to start their own channel.
Okay, well, something I would always do is start off with a group of friends to do it with, at least a partner, I suppose. I had a partner / group, but the main person who I did it with kind of stopped after a while, and I haven't really heard from him since. But start with a group of people, or at least a partner, because, for example, if your partner gets more views than you, your partner can send some people over to your channel to look at your stuff. Maybe you might get some good publicity for it. Excuse me, and it's just easier if a group of people do it because it's a group effort. Plus, it's like everyone gains more. Like everyone gains like the numbers to say everyone gains less, but everyone's gaining. Okay, everyone's getting less, but people are gaining more. If that makes sense. Like everyone like you'd get more if you were off by yourself, but with a group, everyone gets everything. Like everyone gets something.
Yeah, I understand that.
I just realized my OBS was not recording this whole time. Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's fine.
Send me your audio. Just send me your audio.
All right, I will do that.
Anyway,
this is going up on his channel. This is a great time to put a plug in over to his, links to it down in the description below. Personally, he makes adequate videos. They're not as good
adequate,
as mine.
Oh boy.
So for me, it was the complete opposite. Laz actually had a computer to start doing YouTube. I did not. Laz, I believe you had video editing skills and thumbnail making skills for years, right?
Thumbnail making skills of a 7th grader, which was literally and figuratively what I was.
Yeah. So you were already a lot better off than I was. I started my channel in 7th grade as well, but that was 5 years ago. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and what have I learned all this time? Well, when I first started out, I really wanted to do YouTube like Sky Does Minecraft, who was a popular Minecrafter, but I only had a PS3. I didn't have any recording software. I didn't have money to buy any recording software. I had a cheap tablet that had a front-facing camera and a CRT TV, you know, the box screen ones. So I pointed it up at it and had it record that. And that's how I did it for a while. And then I got a new channel about a while ago, which is my old channel now. God, it's so confusing. And again, I didn't have any screen recording software or anything like that. So I got this camera, $15 camera, and pointed it at a flat screen TV because I upgraded. And I started doing that, and then when I actually was able to use a computer, I still didn't get a screen recording software, not even OBS, because even though it's free and stuff, I instead pointed that camera at the screen, and I recorded that. I have several videos on that are just hilarious for that one reason there. Eventually, I met a guy called Ginka, and he was
I also
awesome.
met him as well.
Yeah, that's actually how me and Laz know each other, is this guy named Ginka, who was on YouTube for a while there and quit. He introduced us, and it was hilarious. We did a live stream together, and all I did was yell Gatorade the entire time.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny how I met you, basically, because all I remember when I first met you is you were yelling Gatorade over and over, hoping they would sponsor you. Then didn't they send you like a cease and desist letter in the mail later?
Yeah, on my email. Yeah, it was hilarious.
That would be good.
But yeah, eventually I met him, and he started teaching me more stuff about YouTube. For instance, I got Bamdicam as a screen recorder. It still had the watermark and everything, but I was fine with it. I was able to actually record games and stuff on my little tiny laptop that I got and everything. Still have the laptop, don't use it anymore, but still have it. And then he made me an intro and everything, so I wanted to learn video editing. God, did that suck. It took me 2 years to actually learn how to do anything good. Got a new PC, started upgrading, started doing way better at YouTube, got a professional grade mic, started making a community on YouTube that we could record together. That's how I know Laz, yet again.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I got my start. And then it all went downhill, so I'm restarting, rebranding, just like Laz is. Or he wants to.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, I want to do gaming as well, like on the side, but not really. Most game reviews, because I'm more adequate for game reviews because I don't have to actually like play the game myself. If it's a game I don't really like, I can say I hate it. Here's why. But I do have something to say for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel. I have some recommendations if you want to get into gaming, or at least game reviews or anything like that. One thing I'd recommend is getting a decent computer. I'm not saying you have to go to Best Buy. Actually, never go to Best Buy for a computer ever for numbers of reasons.
Hey, I resist that.
Instead, take maybe the week's time. Like a week would probably be enough time, and learn how to build a computer and get the parts, because the parts are so ridiculously cheap. They are really, really cheap. And the PC I built back in 2016, actually no, yeah, it was 2016. 2016 for $250 served me until just very recently, like a month ago is when I upgraded to a Ryzen. It served me at least 2 years, and it did what it needed to do. It edited very well, and it played games pretty well too. But now, since I have a 1050 and a Ryzen 3, I can now say that I now have professional computers. I now have a professional computer, and for software, just to give an example, I would use OBS for recording software. It's free, it's easy to manage, and it's not really demanding, but it's a little bit confusing at some times, depending on what you're doing. And for editing software, I recommend something called HitFilm Express. Why do I recommend this? Well, one, it's multi-purpose, because it's actually a really good movie editor if you want to get into amateur filmmaking, and two, just for cutting and splicing and like putting in audio tracks and stuff like that and putting in pictures. It's so simple. It's ridiculously simple.
I'm bringing this back around to the console versus PC, and the fact that most modern-day consoles, which a lot of people have, actually have recording and streaming software plus editing in the Xbox, which you can do basic cutting and splicing and uploading, and even add some visual effects, which are pretty nice. So if you don't have the money for a computer and you do have a current console, you can actually start live streaming, and then I would suggest if you have a phone, sign into YouTube there and just put a banner and an icon on there, and then you can just start working your way up there, getting all that, then saving up the money for a computer, because definitely a computer is amazing for starting YouTube. I mean, well, for actually getting more into YouTube, if you are getting more into YouTube. It keeps me into YouTube. In fact, I don't think I would have a computer if I didn't like YouTube, to be honest.
Oh, and another thing, for hardware is a big thing that does matter.
Blue
I'm not
Yeti
saying
mic.
it'll make or break your actually, I oppose that for numbers of reasons.
I love
One,
my Blue Yeti. Do not
the Blue Yeti is unnecessarily expensive. I'm not saying it's a bad mic. It's a very good mic. But the Blue Yeti is very expensive for what it is. Like, what I'm using right now is a Blue Snowball, and it sounds extremely detailed, extremely crisp.
the Blue.
Even though I have like a bunch of foam duct tape to it, as like acts as a pop filter because I can't find my current one.
I will say,
but
I went to a Blue
the one
Snowball, and it worked pretty well as well. But then I upgraded to Blue Yeti, and
Yeah,
I love the Yeti more.
it's a very good mic. Blue Snowball is very good. You can find them on Amazon. The ice version, which is not nearly as good as the normal version. The ice version is about $40, and the normal version is about $60. Not 60, about $50 nowadays. And the accessories for it are actually really cheap too. There's shock melts you can buy for $20. Pop filters are like $5 on eBay. They're super cheap.
Definitely, if you're starting a channel, you want to focus more on content and audio quality rather than extreme video quality and stuff like that. Just if they know that
like,
you're
for
serious
example,
about it, you're good. Okay, so basically...
So...
No, sorry.
Okay,
I didn't
okay,
mean to
here.
interrupt you. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so basically, people always say I'm gonna start YouTube with better equipment. I oppose this unless it's a microphone. Microphone's the only thing I care about. Cameras can wait. I would use a laptop webcam if I was gonna put face cam first of all, as long as it recorded this smooth frame rate, like 30 frames is fine.
Here's the thing: don't always
But
do face
don't
cam.
start. Don't always do face cam. If you think you don't like face cam, if you think you're not cut out for it, then you're probably not cut out for it.
Yeah, definitely. If
Just
you're
being
you're
honest.
more shy around it and it's going to stop you from getting the content you want to make, don't worry about the webcam. People will just sit there, they'll listen to you, and they'll enjoy the game itself. Several people start out that way, and it's awesome. Trust me, it definitely helps to build more confidence. And then when you're feeling more confident, then use a camera if you want.
Yeah, and for like, just mainly worry about, but you don't want to hear like people you don't want people thinking you're basically speaking into those little tiny Call of Duty mics that like the mic is actually like the size of a pea. It's really small. You want to get a good mic because people want to hear you clearly. They want to be able to like not hear background noise like what you can hear right now. Listen, that's pure silence because this mic is that good. And it's so cheap too, considering it's $40. You could probably even get it cheaper on eBay if you looked hard enough. I got mine for $60 because I got it brand new back in the day. But I still love this little snowball to the death. I love it to death, to be honest. I wouldn't be here without it. I wouldn't be on YouTube without it.
Yeah, the snowball.
But anyways,
we keep interrupting each other.
But here, I'll end my segment here. So, yeah, that's what I really think about hardware and starting out on YouTube. That's just my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt if you will. But I will hand it over to Austin now.
Okay, so when starting off YouTube, like I said, it's important to focus on more content and audio quality. The reason we say audio quality is audio quality can often show signs of professionalism more so than actual video quality. Because if people can hear you clearly and understand your ideas, it's so much better. And like you said, there are several budget mics. The Blue Snowball Ice is the one definitely most recommended, as it is only like it's less than $50 pretty much, depending on where you buy it.
Yeah.
And it's got such great audio. You can use it for a console if you want, or if you're going the route of live streaming or video recording on a console. Which definitely, if you are starting out YouTube with a console, go for live streaming, as you're guaranteed to get more views, and you don't have to worry about the pesky editing at the moment. However, if you're not going for a gaming channel and you're going for some, say, a filming channel, the best thing to get, he did mention earlier, was HitFilm Express. It is a free video editor, and it works wonders. I use it a lot of time. Laz uses it. Pretty much everyone we know uses it. So yeah, it really does work wonders, and it'll run on a lower equipment PC, pretty much.
As long as your PC can basically run. Like, as long as your PC can run, like, YouTube at 1080p, it should be able to run light video editing, no problem at all. Like, simple splicing and audio cuts and stuff like that. Now, if you wanted to use it for what it was intended for, which is like movie editing, that's a bit different. It's going to require like a mid-range PC, like at least, I don't know, at least one that would be classified as a low-end gaming PC, I suppose.
Low-end gaming PC. Yeah. Now there's another quick topic I want to get on. Laz, why should you always build a PC rather than buying one?
Well, okay, building a PC it's not really much of like a task. It's more of an experience because when you're building a computer, you look at prices that you go to find at Walmart, Best Buy, $500 just to put a ceiling. $500 can get you a computer that lasts you maybe 2 years, and it'll start to get slower and slower and slower and slower and slower until you basically just want to freaking punch right through it. Now, if you build a computer, you can, with the still same $500 budget, you can build a computer that's wicked fast and can stay wicked fast for maybe about 10 years tops if you really wanted to, because you can overclock things if your system will allow it. And overclocking is very useful because it basically helps you squeeze those extra years out of your processor or your graphics processor or stuff like that, even your RAM. So yes.
I do agree that building a PC is a lot better some of the time, but if you're one of those people who really can't trust yourself, stick to Asus main brand computers. They work amazingly well. Asus did not sponsor this, trust me. I really wish they would. Give me some free PCs, please. I'll enjoy those. Those would be nice. But Asus is a great brand that's pre-built that you can go for, and they even allow for customizable options. I got mine at Best Buy, which not always the best thing to do. They can overcharge you for everything. But simply because I was lazy and did not want to build my own computer. But it is not a hard task. I have since then taken apart a couple laptops, put them back together. It was super simple, took like 10 minutes. Screwdriver is pretty much all you need.
But you spent $800 on the computer when you could have spent like maybe $500.
That is true. There's websites you can use, such as PC Part Picker, which works really well. And you can just look on Amazon. Newegg is pretty good as well. Newegg is like one of the more preferred websites people use a lot of the time, where you can buy components and stuff like that. But honestly, if you do not want to build a computer, just stick to Asus. They're a really good brand. You can always trust Asus. Unlike CyberPower. Believe me, I've tried. Okay, so talked about that. Anything else you want to contribute to starting YouTube, PC-wise? Anything?
I think I covered everything. That's pretty beginner level / basic.
Yeah, pretty beginner level / basic. Okay, so we got some gaming news. Laz, you want to start out or should I?
I can start out. So something I really wanted always is a Switch, and I'm not even that much of a Nintendo fanboy. I just really I just love the concept of the Switch.
The Switch is amazing. I can say from personal experience, I bought one months ago, and honestly, it became my favorite console I own because I can take it with me to work, to school, drop it back down, and play it at the house, and it's allowed me to do so much gaming in my spare time. It's ridiculous. With all that, I could have built a PC in all that spare time, 200 PCs, but instead I chose to play on my Nintendo Switch.
Anyways,
back to you, Laz.
On gaming news, for the games that are coming out, there are a few new games coming out for 2018 and beyond. Well, some of those would be Overcooked 2, which is basically like a party and strategy game where
I loved Overcooked 1.
Yeah, that was a fun game to play. It's basically it's like resource management on steroids.
It kind of reminds me of there was this game on the Nintendo 64 called Pokemon Stadium, and in it had these mini games.
Yeah,
and
I played that.
There's this one mini game where you play as these what are they? Lickitungs? Yeah, Lickitungs. God,
yeah.
Old Pokemon, and they eat wasabi and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of that in a weird way.
The few more games that I don't know if this one's really that known, but Okami HD, at least that's what it is. Okami is basically like an action adventure game where it's like it's like joyous Japanese paint art style and that among other things, and it's I think like the whole every landscape looks like hand drawn or something close to that.
Yeah, Okami, if you like Legend of Zelda, you'll like Okami, especially if you like Twilight Princess, which is pretty fun game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Okami's got
and then
its own
if you're for the sports fans out there, FIFA 19 is going to come out soon. Well, I don't know if it's gonna come out soon, but it's gonna come out sometime. Hopefully soon. Because I'm not even a sports fan, but I don't know. I just like when games get released.
FIFA's pretty
Yeah,
fun. I
it's
like
still
soccer,
it's
so.
a just it's basically kind of like a distilled version of the big PS4 and Xbox One editions.
Yeah.
Given Switch's like lower quality hardware, considering much to say about it because I'm not really a sports game person. But if you like me and owned an N64 back in the day and played Mario Party on that thing constantly with your brothers, then Super Mario Party might catch your eye.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Wait, this game already got released, but I still have to mention it just how good it is. Like it's good.
I didn't even know it came out
also
yet.
got released, but
wow, as your information's kind of older. Meh.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm reading. Yeah, it came out. It came out.
Oh well, the games are out, and you can go play them now. That's news to me.
The Super Mario Party is already out. FIFA's actually still waiting to be out. So,
well, I
there's also
Let's
Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Those coming.
There's also Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is.
Oh yeah, Smash Bros.
Which one is it?
Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out in December, and I can't wait for that. So
yep, December 7th.
Oh, December 7th is the actual release date. I did not know that. Speaking of 7th, Spider-Man PS4. Cannot wait to pick it up. It comes out on the 7th of September, as you probably already are aware of and everything. Cannot wait to get that game. Just remind you, if you didn't pre-order it, you should go pre-order it. You'll get a ton of skins free. Well, ton of skins. I say ton. It's actually just 3. But definitely look forward to that game. It is coming out literally in like a month, pretty much. Like 2 months. Well, actually less than 2 months. Like a month and like a couple days. And I can't wait. But for my side of the news, we got the Xbox Gold games that you can get with Gold. But I'm focusing on one game in particular. Even though Dead Space 3 is kind of a good game and Epic Mickey 2 was pretty fun, those games are all available for backwards compatibility with the Xbox 360. I'm focusing on For Honor! For Honor is such a fun game. It's a game where you fight as Vikings, a knight, or a samurai. And it's just so much fun. I have it on my computer. I've been playing it like crazy, enjoying it. And it's on the Xbox. I was going to buy it on the Xbox like when it was first announced, but I never did. So now that I can get it for free, that's pretty good. I'll own it on 2 consoles for free and enjoy that. So if you're a fan of For Honor and you have Xbox Gold, definitely make sure to get that. It comes out, I believe, on the around the 16th. So yeah, that is for this month, which is August. So yeah, that's it for gaming news. Not the best, I would say, but you know, it's still keeping someone out there informed. That's pretty much.
Yeah, that's very true.
That is true. Old news to you is new news to me, as no one says but me.
Yeah, you're right.
Other than that, you want to talk about some personal experiences, let the audience get to know you a bit more, or you just want to call it quits here?
I can call it quits here. I mean, we gotta save time for the next time.
Oh, thank God, because I really did not feel like talking anymore. I'm just kidding. I can talk all day. I am, of course, Blue Shell Disaster. This has been the Blue Shell Disaster podcast / videocast, depending on whatever it is, really. It's up to my brain whether I want to video it or not. This is my good friend and co-host for this episode and / guest, Bonkatomicscout. Follow him on his channel. It's down there. You can see his exciting rebranding as he goes through that. So yeah.
Hopefully.
Make sure to subscribe if you're new, or if you enjoyed anything about it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.